welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam and I'm still technically sick. I'm hoping that I don't sound as bad as my head feels. I'm definitely at the tail end of being sick, but I'm still not having fun. The pressure that's built into my head and my ears is super cool. But that's not going to stop me this week. This week we are back and we are better. I have a lot that I want to film and talk about. Oh my goodness. So I thought, what better way to start off halfway through the month is to do my TBR, because I'm really proud of myself. May just so happened to be probably one of my best reading months, quality and quantity wise. I'm proud of myself. Escape the Readathon really did that, and now I'm in between loving reality TV and trying to read some books. So with that said, let's jump in. Quickly, any housekeeping, I'm not really doing any book clubs this month except for the Literally Dead book club, so if I can get that onto the TBR, cool. And then as for readathons, I am participating in the amazing readathon hosted by Bree over at 4 Paws and a Book. And although, yes, I am participating, I had a toxic thought like 2 days ago where I was like, Sam, you should aim for reading the 60 books, complete all 50 sightseeing, and then also like the 10 legs. And while I was trying to just plan my reading for the rest of the month, like it was not going to be physically possible and it was stressing me out. And so I decided that that's an unnecessary extra credit thing to do, and I'm not going to force myself into that because the books on my overall TBR for this month are on the larger side and will take longer. So we're giving myself grace. We're trying to be chill this month, at least a little bit, but that's where my headspace is at. So book clubs and most readathons are kind of backburned, and I just want to focus on reading some good things. Right now, all I want to be reading is the new J. Bree, which is the second book in the Mortal Fates. This is The Throne of Honor and Blood, which I'm enjoying. I'm like 30% through on my new e-reader. You'll see this soon in a video. So yeah, I would like to just read this and get it on the TBR so that I can get easy points, an easy read, since it is probably the biggest book on my TBR. So with that said, let's just jump in. Let's talk about last month's. So finally, I've gotten some reading done. Going in this first column, the first one was to read a book with an animal on the cover, and for this I read Dragon Fruit. It was fine. I read it. It was the Full Moon Book Club for Jane Agaton, the last like public book club, so it was fun to participate and be there and watch Jan cry. Overall, it was a good experience. The next one that I have here is multiple authors, and for multiple authors, I read the first 0.5 novella in the Zodiac Academy series, which I'm planning to continue this month for romantasy, and also just like sightseeing prompts and so on and so forth. And she's a bit beastie. I'm hoping for the best. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, so it might be a rant video for you guys, who knows. And the last one in this column is a book with cutlery on the cover, and I'm still needing to read Butcher and Blackbird. I've put it on every TBR since this moment. I've put it on basically every TBR every month for the year. It's on my 12 friends recommend 12 books. Eliza really loves it. A lot of my friends like it. The sequel just came out. Haven't heard as many good things about it though. I just need to read it. I know. Okay, the next one here we have Mood Read, and Mood Read was, I believe, Sunbringer, which I did also read and really enjoyed. It's 4 stars. I'm enjoying the series. I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. I think the third book might be the conclusion, but I'm not sure. But I'm liking it. Next up on the board, I have Dark Academia, and for this, I read Vita Nostra. So good. If you didn't see my, if you don't keep up with my reading vlogs, which is fine, I did read it, and it was like the first book that I reviewed in whatever this vlog was, and oh, I loved it so much. It was so good. I just found out that it actually has a sequel that came out, like, potentially too many years later. I can't math that right now, but like, I think the Vita Nostra was published in 2007 and the new one I think came out in 2021, but I would like to read that. And then also I've got New to You author, which was to read Sweet Vengeance, and I still have not read it for no good reason. I've just haven't. I will. Next up here, we have National Holiday or Holiday Theme. I don't remember what the holiday theme was exactly. I want to say it was just Asian readathon happening, and for this I was to read A Tempest of Tea. I did. I was so disappointed. I'm so sorry. If you enjoyed it, I'm so happy for you, but that was not a hit for me. Next one, a book you think will be comforting. I read Fruits Basket Volume 7. It's, I think, going to be my third favorite in the series. I know I haven't read Volume 8 yet, but I know I've seen the anime, so I know what's gonna happen in it, and it's my favorite of the show. So I'm so freaking excited to continue that. And then next we've got the bookmark, which was to finish a book on your current reads list. And for this I was supposed to read The Heart, and I finally finished that book. Incredible. Also one of my favorites of the year. It was so freaking good. Little spooky short horror for ya. Next we have 5-star prediction. I don't remember what that was. Oh yes, for 5-star prediction I went with Midnight Strikes, and I gave it 4 stars. I think it was a very strong 4 stars. I really enjoyed the vibes. It's got a Groundhog Day feel to it. You're set at a ball. There's a little bit of romance, but like it's just done in such a good way, and I really, really enjoyed it. And then the final thing was Pet Pick, which finally I've read it. The book that I was putting off the most, which was Kaikei. And 5 stars, incredible. Maybe the best book, probably the best book I read all year, and I sobbed like a baby. It was so good. And then also for the effect prompt, which is just bonus things that I can do throughout the month, I had an X-hour phone ban, which led me to a 56-hour readathon. I did get sick though, so you know, you win some, you lose some, but I really enjoyed filming that video. I really enjoyed the books that I read in that period. It was just overall like a really good experience for me. And then I also had the punishment for last month, which was to read a book where the next book, where that book has the same author name or character name. And so I went with Young, and I read Shoko's Smile. I was going to read Folklorn, but unfortunately the library that I got it from did not renew that audiobook, so I wasn't able to listen to it in time and get to it, but I did read Shoko's Smile, and I really enjoyed that. So with that said, that leaves the board with 3 things on it, 3 things that I still would like to read this month. Hopefully that is the plan. We will see how that goes, but now I can draw my hand up to 4 cards and we can get started. So the first one we have is name or title. All right, perfect. Next one, we've got a book box. I've been reading a lot of my book boxes, and I'm very proud about it. It's been going really well for me. The next one is read a book that has been adapted. Interesting, all right. And then finally, we've got a hyped book. Whew. Okay, interesting. So, let us just begin. I will move over 1 space, take 1 token. I can play 1 card. So I think I want to play, I think I'm going to be really kind to myself this month. I think I'm just going to play really nice things, easy things, things that I know that I'm going to get to for one reason or another. So I'm going to start with name or title. And for this, I'm going to read Alice in Borderland Volume 2. I read the first volume last month because Books with Lexi had a lot of inspiration from it for Escape the Readathon, but also really loves the, I think, show and manga series. So I started it, and I'm intrigued to see where it's going to go from here. The first volume, we are following Arusu, I think, which I guess is like translated from Japanese to English becomes Alice. I'm not fully sure how that all works, but either way, we were following this boy. He's like a senior in high school. He's like 18 years old, and him and his 2 friends they're kind of like the outcasts in school, the down on their luck, the little emo boys on the side, not like your most likable characters. And they see this explosion one night when they're at like the train station, and suddenly they like transport into this game-like arena that's, I think, set in Tokyo. And it's really interesting. It's got that Alice in Wonderland feel to it because they're being like transported into another world. Things are off, things are different, but there's also this unique game style to it where they're competing. Stakes are super high, incredibly high. There's so much yikes, that could go wrong so quickly. And basically you can go join mini games, and each mini game correlates to a deck card, like a playing card. So like the 3 of clubs is going to be meaning a certain thing and be a certain level, and then also if you win the mini game, you get, it's how you keep playing basically. You win, you keep playing, so on and so forth. I enjoyed the first one. It wasn't like my favorite thing. I think I landed like 3.5 stars probably, just because there's a lot of characters you gotta get to know and you don't really spend a lot of time with them, but I also don't like them, but I really like the concept and the world, so I'm intrigued to continue. So that's going to be my first pick. Now I can draw my hand back up to 4, and we've got a book that starts with the first letter of your name. Interesting. Okay, now I'm gonna just move over, take 2 tokens, 1, 2, and then I'm going to play. I probably should have like thought all of this through. I guess I'm gonna play hyped book, because it only makes sense that we talked about my hyped book. So fun fact, I've been reading this for a little bit. I have not finished yet. I would love to finish soon. But The Throne of Honor and Blood by J. Bree had, oh, maybe one of the worst book launches I think I've seen since being on BookTube. It was really bad. So there was a lot of hype around it. Everyone was so excited. Like, I've never stalked an author's profile so hard. Come release day, crickets from J. Bree and her team. It was handled just very poorly. There was issues on them uploading to Amazon in time and Amazon getting it up and so on and so forth. I don't really know all the specifics. I'm not an author. I don't post to Amazon. I don't know how it works, but it didn't go well. The fans were rightfully upset. It was poorly handled. It was just a bit of a disaster, but eventually it came out. We've got it. I have a physical copy as well. I've caught 2 errors in the sentences so far, which is a little bit annoying because like I know that this has gone through beta testing or beta reading and like has an editor, and like J. Bree is like a very established indie author, self-published author, so like it is a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. I did catch 2 mistakes so far, but I'm like, again, a third in and I'm really enjoying it. It's nothing special or crazy, but I'm having a good time being back with these characters. I love these characters so freaking much, and just like their banter and seeing how it's all playing out. The first book is A Crown of Oaths and Curses, and in that we are following our 2 main characters. It's dual POV. We've got Rook's Bane, Evening Star, I think, and then Soren, the Savage Prince, and they are just 2 very opposite people in the world, but they are connected through their mates, their fated mates. The seer has predicted that Rook is going to basically marry Soren and going to save the kingdom, because the kingdom in the southern lands, the Fae, have been fighting with the witches for a very long time. Rook is also a witch, therefore this is like the worst marriage to come out of it, but Rook is different from the other witches. She's not like the other witches, and I just love Rook so much. She's one of my favorite characters of this year, of last year. I read The Scepter. There's also the Sword novella that come before them. I just really love being in this world with these characters. Yeah, it's such a good experience, so I'm really excited to be back with them. I know that I'm going to be sad when this is over, so I'm trying to savor it the best that I can. So, yes. Now we can go on to number 3. Let me draw my hand back up to 4. We've got Treat Yourself. That's a fun one. Okay. No. I'm going to just move over to this 3 space. We're going to knock out 2. So that's 1, 2, 3. I can draw an effect card. Let's see. That's boring. I need to take those out of the deck, truly. Draw fan art or art inspired by a book. That's really exciting. I've actually been using Canva as a digital journal lately, because I've not had the time nor motivation / inspiration to just sit down and do a book journal. I've been really wanting to. I used to. It was fun, but I've kind of struggled with having an image that I want to do and then like it not turning out how I want it to, and so I've just haven't just procrastinated and put it off. But I've decided it's fun. I'm on Canva quite often. I use it for YouTube a lot. I use it for art projects a lot. It's just very versatile. I do pay for it, so like I have the perks of access to everything. But even if you don't, if it's just like your personal self, I don't find the watermarks that annoying. I'm gonna be honest, but I digress. I am really enjoying Canva, and so I think it'll be fun to do that, my digital journal, even more so. Wow. Whew, words. I think it'll be fun to include my digital journal a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so now I can play 2 cards. So the next one that I'm going to play is a book that starts with the first letter of your name. If you missed it, hi, my name is Sam. Nice to meet you. I hope you're having a good time. And for this, so excited. So excited. It's not out yet. It comes out June 20th, but Storms and Shadows. I always want to say like Shadows and Storms. It's Storms and Shadows, I'm pretty sure. And this is by Helen Schweier. I've still not learned how to say her name. I'm so sorry to Helen. But this is the 4th book in the Blood and Steel Legends of Thesdar series. And I'm planning to do a reread of Fate and Furies before I read Storm and Shadows. I'm hoping that Storm and Shadows is the end. I haven't gotten confirmation for that. I thought that Fate and Furies was going to be the last, and then it wasn't, thank God, but it ended, and I was like, I was told this was the end of the series, but like, that was not the end. Like, that was definitely like a cliffhanger, like a room for more. And then I like did a little bit of sleuthing and investigation. I was like, okay, thank God that wasn't the end. It made me feel so much better. I was going crazy at first though. But Blood and Steel has some of my favorite tropes. If you look at my favorite books, the thing is, like, I don't want to spoil it by telling you similar comp titles, but at the same time, like, I don't know how to handle that. I don't know how to discuss it. Basically though, 2 of my like very highly rated books have very, very, very similar themes and tropes, and like beat by beat like has similar things, although the worlds and characters are different. So I love Blood and Steel with my whole heart, in that we were following Thea, and Thea has a sister. They are like in the alchemy training kind of school and living their day-to-day life, but Thea has been cursed, fate, whatever you want to call it, her destiny. She has a necklace that's got a predetermined date for her death, and her one thing that she wants so bad before that happens is to become a war sword. She just wants to be a warrior. She wants to fight the shadow wraiths that are like plaguing their lands and just doing bad things. So that's what she sets out to do. She is the first girl, the only girl to be in the training. It's got like that academy training war type of feeling, which I do love in books. You've got training montages, you've got like trials later on. It's incredible. It's incredible. The found family is really good. Wilder? Oh, what a babe. What a babe. He is such a fun main like love interest. I adore him. He's great. He is kind of like a mentor-mentee type of situation. He is like the best of the best. Like, you know, he does no wrong. There's no flaw. He's so perfect. He has many flaws, but he's just a really good character as well. And I just love them together. I love their banter. They are a little bit on and off, hot and cold, but oh my god, do I love it. I love them so much. Vows and Ruins had me smiling, squealing the whole day I was listening to it. I was just like sitting in the office just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I loved it. I'm truly in my fantasy romance era. I love being in fantasy worlds. I love seeing connections between characters. I just finished binging the Kingdom of Lies series. It's just like where I'm at. I just need that comfort and reassurance from romance while still having like high stakes fantasy world building, etc. So anyways, I digress. It was a very long explanation for me to put Storms and Shadows. Shadows and Storms? Fuck. Storms and Shadows on my TBR. And then I'm also going to be playing, I think... Ooh, okay, this might be a mistake, but I'm going to play the adapted one. A book that's been adapted. I don't have it, so I will just put up a picture because it's in the other room, but it's whatever I end up getting to. But it's either going to be The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. My boyfriend says that I should read The Hobbit before I start the Lord of the Rings trilogy, so that's probably what I'm going to do. But it's about time. It's time that I read them. My partner is literally gone today because he's watching the screenings of Lord of the Rings 4K special blah. He loves them. It's like one of his favorite series. And so I will finally be reading the books. A lot of this stems from the Game of Tomes book club read along thing. I don't know what they call themselves anymore. I don't know if they still do live shows, but they are reading Lord of the Rings for May and June, and I'm obviously late. I'm reading them in June, but I would really love to at least get started on the Lord of the Rings jump. We're just starting. I don't really feel like I need to explain to you what Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit is, but I will probably, hopefully, read both The Hobbit and the first Lord of the Rings, which is the Fellowship something. I'm sorry. I'm a fake fan, but I would really like to get to those if possible. We'll say The Hobbit, because I should read that first, per my boyfriend. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to draw my hand back up to 4 for our last one. Purchased over a year ago. Okay. Or mixed reviews on Goodreads. Ooh. Toxic me really wants to pick a fantasy romance to put for that. I don't know if it's a good idea. So I'm going to just move over 1, take another token, and I'm going to play. All of these are so good. Like, I could really go in so many different directions with these. So here's where I'm at. Here's where my mentality is struggling. So for the book box prompt, I could get to the Ivory Key, which I wanted to read last month and wasn't able to, so I'm carrying it over. Mixed reviews honestly makes me think like When the Moon Hatched, because that has been very popular, very hyped, but also I know a lot of people that have not liked it at all, a lot of people that really love it, so I'm like, I want to know where I fall. Treat Yourself, I could literally just read anything, which I feel like should be the right move, but I truly don't know what I want to read. I think that's why I'm struggling so hard. And like Purchased over a year ago could also be anything. So it's like, what do I do? What do I want? I don't know what I want to read. I'm just in a weird, I kid you not, I binged season 6 of the Love is Blind in 2 days, and then I watched all of Geek Girl on Netflix today, which those were 30 to 40 minute episodes. There's only 10, but that is all I've done today. Before filming, that's what I was doing. So it's like, I don't know what I want to read. Okay, we're gonna play it safe, we're gonna play it simple, we're gonna play book box, make it easy for me so I don't have to suffer so much. And for this, I'm going to be picking up The Ivory Key. This is by Akashaya Raman. I'm so sorry if I butchered their first name, but I don't know really what this is about, but it's an Owl Crate edition, I'm pretty sure. And she's definitely a little bit older, but I'm really excited. I really wanted to get to this last month, and I was not able to, but since it's an older book box, it feels appropriate to finally get around to it. The Ivory Key is an epic YA fantasy sibling story I've been waiting for. A rich world and a satisfying slow burn romance makes the series a must-read. And then S.A. Chakraborty, who I love, says, a rollicking adventure of royal family drama, treasure hunts, and hidden histories. I loved it. So, hopefully, I too will love this. I really loved Kaikei, and so I'm kind of chasing that feeling of like something similar maybe. Royal families, dramas, we'll see. But this is my one physical book on the TBR. Go me. Didn't mean to do that, but sometimes that's how it's be. God, I'm out of practice when it comes to talking, so sorry. So with that said, thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did and you want to see more from me, you can subscribe or like the video to say like, yeah, cool game, Sam. You might not understand it, but it's fun, right? But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed nonetheless. I hope that you're having a great reading month so far and will continue having a good reading month. I know I'm hoping to. Once I stop watching so much reality TV, I'm also hoping to have a good reading month. And hopefully these picks just do it for me, you know? That's the hope, that's the goal. So, anywho, goodbye. Have a nice day.